That's Money Brown, man. Ernest Jr. Boy, Money Brown, he get a lot of money, so I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, this is Ryan Garcia here. Shout out to Money Brown TV and keep punching, baby.
Yo, what's going on out there, Fight World? It's your boy Money back with another one, fam. This one here is on two big dogs in this fight game. We got the legendary Canelo Alvarez, the hottest fighter on the planet, the #1 pound-for-pound king, the 4-division world champion, the undisputed super middleweight world champion, looking to be the greatest Mexican fighter of all time and one of the greatest to ever lace him up. And then we have Julio Chavez Jr., who is the former WBC middleweight world champion, and he got a fight coming up. You know, and Chavez Julio came out, and made some interesting statements. He say he would never train, with the Canelo team. So he said he would never go to Eddie Reynoso. I think he still got a little beef with Canelo Alvarez. After Canelo whooped his ass, I think he said Canelo didn't shake his hand, and he's feeling some type of way about that situation, right? So, Chavez Jr., we all know he took a loss to Anderson Silva. He came back and got a W. Now I think he's in position to face Jake Paul. And he's saying he's not going to train with Eddie Reynoso, and he's not going to join Canelo Alvarez to go over there to help him out so he can possibly have a chance of beating this kid, Jake Paul, in a fight if they meet up. You understand? So, to me, it sounded like a little jealousy from Chavez Jr., right? Sound like a little jealousy because we all know Canelo Alvarez, right? It's the hottest Mexican fighter on the planet. This is a fact. We all know Canelo Alvarez is the 4-division world champion. We all know Canelo Alvarez is the first undisputed Mexican world champion, like I said, in the 4-belt era. And we do know that Canelo Alvarez beat the shit out of Chavez Jr., right? So, Chavez Jr., he wants that Canelo Alvarez status. He has the status of being Chavez Sr.'s son. And Canelo Alvarez has the status of being Canelo Alvarez. You dig what I'm saying? The hottest Mexican fighter on the fucking planet. You feel me? One of the greatest fighters of all time. And he earned it the hard way. He didn't have a silver spoon in his mouth. He didn't have a silver spoon in his mouth. Chavez Jr. had a silver spoon in his mouth. Let's just keep it real. Your daddy is Chavez Sr., homie. Your daddy is Chavez Sr. Now, credit. You got into the game, and you earned your name, becoming a world champion, defending it 3 times, then losing to my guy Sergio Martinez, the Argentina, which I was pulling for you in that fight, and you almost came back and got him. You dropped him. You just couldn't finish him at the end after he outboxed your ass for the whole fight. You almost got lucky and knocked his ass out. Almost pulled your daddy out the head, you know what I'm saying, when he knocked out Mildred Taylor. So you almost pulled it off, but you didn't. I mean, you didn't. And that was the biggest stage of your career besides Canelo Alvarez. You understand what I'm saying? So when I look at Chavez Jr., I do see jealousy coming up out of him. Looking at Canelo, it was always jealousy coming from Chavez Jr. looking at Canelo Alvarez. First of all, because Canelo, was getting that status of being the greatest Mexican fighter of all time behind your father, right? Behind your father, who you wanted to please. But we all know your father wished that you was the fighter that Canelo Alvarez is. I'm going to keep it real. Y'all know I'm not finna sugarcoat nothing. Chavez Sr. wished Chavez Jr. was the fighter Canelo Alvarez is right now today, so he could have passed the torch to his son. He wanted to pass the torch to him. He really did. He wanted his son to be the next greatest Mexican fighter to come up out of Mexico. But we all know that's Canelo Alvarez, bro. Hands down like 630. Hands down like 630. Like when Canelo was fighting his son and Canelo was whooping his son's ass, Chavez Sr. was like, oh my fucking God, Junior. Listen. But Chavez Sr. knew that Junior had no chance against this killer right here in Canelo Alvarez. He knew these things. He knew his son had no chance against Canelo Alvarez. And right now, Chavez Jr. can't let that ass whooping go. He can't let it go. Because I remember leading up to that fight, he was jealous of Canelo. And I think it was over a female, if I'm not mistaken, right? He was jealous of Canelo. So now Canelo went in there and destroyed his ass like I knew he would. He's really going to hold that grudge and he's really going to hold that anger, especially with Chavez Sr. saying he passed the torch to Canelo Alvarez as the greatest Mexican fighter of all time. You know he got to feel some type of way about that. You know it. And then he come out here wearing fucking high heels and a purse, walking, switching and shit like a little female, just pissing his daddy off even more, bro. Pissing his daddy off even more. Knowing damn well you shouldn't be walking around with no goddamn heels on, with no damn purse on your shoulder, switching, acting like a goddamn female. Last thing you should be doing. Disrespecting the shit out of Chavez Sr. I know he wanted to slap the shit out of you when he seen that video. Because I would have, like if you was my son, I would have slapped the shit out of you. To be honest with you. But the situation with Canelo Alvarez, man, and him saying he will never go train with Canelo and Eddie Reynoso is his downfall. That's his fault. He don't want to get better. He don't want to go over there and be around greatness in the making. You understand? He don't want to go around there. Because first of all, you're going to have to work. Your ass is going to have to work. And Chavez Jr. don't really like doing too much work. He like to smoke weed and eat cereal wearing motherfucking underwears and shit. Superman draws. Walking around in Superman draws, smoking weed, eating cereal. So he don't like to be pushed to the edge. He like to, I can do what I want to do, like a spoiled little fucking kid. You know what I mean? Like a spoiled little kid. That's how I view him. I'm sorry. That's how I view him. Canelo Alvarez is the hardest working motherfucker in boxing. I'm going to say this again. Canelo Alvarez is the hardest working man in boxing. You understand? That's why he get the results he get. That's why he come out victorious on the end of every fight besides the Floyd Money Mayweather fight. You feel me? Come out victorious, bro. And doing his thing. Because he don't leave no stone unturned. And he's not bullshitting when he's in a boxing ring. Or in the boxing gym getting ready for the fight. But Chavez Jr. knows that he's going to have to work if he go over there to the Canelo camp because it ain't going to be easy, bro. It's not. You see what Canelo came out and told Ryan Garcia? Get your ass in the gym and stay in the gym. Don't waste the talent. So I think he's going to, show any type of sympathy to fucking Chavez Jr. because he come over there and your daddy is Chavez Sr.? Hell no. And not only that, Chavez Jr. is older than Canelo Alvarez. He's older than Canelo. So think about how they got to feel to get your ass whooped by the younger fighter as well. You feel me? Knowing he the hottest thing in Mexico, and you jealous of that. So I don't see that's working out anyway, because Eddie Reynoso is not going to kiss his ass. Canelo is not going to kiss his ass. If you don't want to come there, you don't want to learn, you just coming there to be jealous and, to stick your fucking lip out and things of that nature, we don't need you around here with that negative energy. Right? If you feel like you can do right where you at to get ready and train for a goddamn Jake Paul, then be my guest. Go do what you got to do. Go do what you got to do. But I'm over here, I'm getting ready to become a 5-division world champion or undisputed once again at the light heavyweight division. I am on a mission. You feel me? I am on a mission. And I don't need no distractions. Right? Now, if you want to come over here, you are welcome. You are welcome. Canelo, he opened the invitation to anybody, bro. If you're a hard worker, if you're in a profession, if you want to learn, you know what I'm saying? Canelo will let you in the gym. He will work with you. He will give you pointers and tips and be a good friend. But if you're throwing salt and you mad and you jealous, talking about, oh, he didn't shake my hand. Oh, this is that. I'll never go work with the Canelo team. Well, keep your ass where you at. Keep getting the results that you get. You know what I mean? When you want to be arrogant, you want to have an ego trip, you can't let bygones be bygones and letting certain things go, then that's on you. That's on you. Because I'm pretty sure if Canelo can talk to Chavez Sr., hug him, show up to his exhibition fight, show him love, right? I'm quite sure he can show Chavez Jr. love. Canelo ain't holding on to no grudges, bro. You not no threat to Canelo, no shape, form, or fashion. You're not taking food off his plate. Nobody look at you as the better boxer over Canelo Alvarez, right? You don't have the better skills than Canelo Alvarez. Defense, he beat your ass already. So he ain't got to worry about nothing coming from you. You're not a threat to him. But he will open, the doors for your ass if you want to come through and learn. I'm quite sure Canelo will let bygones be bygones and let the bullshit go. He's all about his Mexican people, bro. So why not open up the door to Chavez Jr.? You know? So I look at this as Chavez Jr. still being jealous of Canelo Alvarez and all the success that Canelo Alvarez has right now. Just like Floyd Money Mayweather is jealous of him and the success that he's having right now. You understand? They look at Canelo and they just can't fathom that man running the game. They rather it be them. You know what I'm saying? They rather it be them. And Chavez Jr. want to try to hold on to all the clout he got in Mexico, and he don't want to let that go to Canelo. So at the end of the day, it's his career. It's his fight that he got coming up. If you don't want to train with the Reynosos and the Canelos and, the best fucking gym that you can possibly go work out with, then that's on you, bro. That's your downfall. You get into that ring and Jake Paul knock your ass out, people only going to laugh at you. Anderson Silva already whooped your ass, a UFC fighter that you should have beat. Now, if you come and let this YouTube fighter beat your ass, you really going to be a disgrace to your father. You really going to be a disgrace to your father. And he just might disown your ass after that. So, I'm quite sure, Chavez Sr. probably wanted you to go over there and work with that team. You turn him down on that. He's going to look at you a certain way for that. You know what I mean? You just be ready for whatever they come behind it. You feel me? You just be ready for whatever they come behind it. Because if you go beat Jake Paul, he don't want to give his little thunder or his clout to Eddie Reynoso. Oh, I did it on my own, Pops. I did it on my own looking at it. You feel me? So, at the end of the day, like I say, it's his career. He's able to do what he want to do. Just don't get in the way of Canelo Alvarez. Because Canelo is on a bigger mission. He ain't worrying about no goddamn YouTube fighter. You feel me? He's going to make history to outdo your father. You did? To outdo your father. And that's bigger than anything. So at the end of the day, good luck to you against Jake Paul. Don't get your ass knocked out. Shouts out to my guy Canelo. Much love to you, King. Go out there, do your thing. Become the greatest Mexican fighter of all time and one of the greatest to ever lace him up. And show Chavez Jr. that there's levels to this shit. Until then, this your boy Monty. This the NSBC moving. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to donate. OG Money on Cash App. TreyHound52@gmail.com on PayPal. If not, just tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, share the videos. And y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status, family.